Cleveland, Tennessee is a small southern town with a rich tapestry of history, charm, and mystery. Nestled in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, Cleveland has long been a crossroads of cultures and eras. From its early days as a Cherokee nation to its pivotal role in the Civil War, this town's history is as deep as the nearby rivers and as old as the forests that surround it. But we're not just here to talk about history. We're here to see if we can uncover the spirits and shadows of Cleveland's past. Cleveland has earned a reputation for being haunted, and some of the most famous haunted stories follow the ill fates of the esteemed Craigmiles family and the infamous Bleeding Mausoleum of Nina Craigmiles. Nina was the daughter of John and Myra Craigmiles, and she was only 7 years old when the buggy she was riding in was struck by a train on October 18, 1871. Nina was crushed beneath the engine wheels. Her father, John, was overcome with grief and commissioned the construction of a magnificent Gothic Revival-style church on the very property Nina was born, including the construction of a famous mausoleum that would be her final resting place. Strangely enough, Nina wasn't the only member of the Craigmiles family to suffer a tragic fate. John would die after falling on an icy street in Cleveland in 1899, and Myra was run over and killed by a car right out in front of her Cleveland home in 1928. They were both interred next to Nina, inside of the same tomb. Over time, citizens began to notice crimson blotches forming on the entrance to the mausoleum, as well as on Nina's sarcophagus blanket and crown. Local legend says it began after a child's cry was heard coming from inside the tomb itself. And generations of paranormal investigators have called these reddish discolorations bloodstains and blamed them on the violent Cleveland deaths of the Craigmiles. And while this mausoleum has been at the center of many paranormal investigations, another, arguably much more famous building may hold the same strange mysteries: the Craigmiles Hall Opera House. Built in 1878 by Walter Craigmiles, this hall was originally conceived as an art and cultural hub, a space where the town would come together to enjoy music, theater, and dance. Yet, over the years, this beautiful building has earned a reputation for harboring something darker. Many say this dark reputation is connected to the sad fates of the Craigmiles family themselves. Walter was an esteemed businessman of Cleveland. He married and had children, but unfortunately they would all pass before him. And while we know some of Walter's successful past, a good portion of his life is shrouded in mystery. According to his death certificate and obituary, however, we do know he was deemed an invalid for the last several years of his life and would pass in West Ellis Hospital in Chattanooga in the year 1928, the same year that Myra Craigmiles had been struck and killed by a car outside of her Cleveland home. Walter's body was brought back to Cleveland by train, and a funeral ceremony was held for him inside the St. Luke Episcopal Church, the same church built in Nina's honor. Walter's body will be placed to rest in Fort Hill Cemetery. But Walter's legacy would continue. Craigmiles Hall inspired a cultural awakening in Cleveland and welcomed thousands who thirsted for intellectual improvement, culture, and art. The hall was even graced by performances from legendary conductor John Philip Sousa, with a city plaque made to commemorate the event. Craigmiles Hall would serve many purposes over the years: a theater, a skating rink, even a military armory. But one story never faded away: the curse of the Craigmiles.
All right, my name's Allison, and I've experienced some really crazy stuff in Craigmiles Hall. I used to work in Cobblestone Grow before it was Lassiter's, and we mopped the floors every day. And one night, I mopped the floors, and I noticed that there was feet prints coming from the hall back behind the bar and leading into the wall. And I had never seen anything like that before, and kind of freaked out a little bit. And
You had told me about a photograph, something to do with Cobblestone when they first opened.
So on the menu for Cobblestone, they had a picture of the front of the building. I had worked there for a little while, and I noticed that there was a face on the menu in the window. It was very clear. You can tell that it's a person in the window.
I worked in the Craigmiles building in 2010. One night, around 1 a.m., while working late on the third floor, the room suddenly became freezing cold. As I experienced an eerie presence, my nerves began to unravel. Feeling a malevolent entity approach from behind, its breath was on my neck, I froze. The air was thick with anger, hate, and evil. After praying, I hastily gathered my belongings and exited via the fire escape. But before I drove away, I felt the presence urge me to look back up at the window. But I refused, saying, "Not today, Satan." The next day, I quit my job, unable to shake the memory of that terrifying encounter.
Well, good evening, guys, and welcome to Craigmiles Hall. We are currently standing inside of Craft and Soul. Owners Jessica and Julie have graciously allowed us to use this space as a home base, so to speak. Most importantly, I want to welcome Aaron and the Tennessee Shadow Chasers and the whole team. Thank you guys for coming out. You guys have already done a preliminary walkthrough of the building. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the equipment that you're going to be using?
Sure. You want to bring your camera here? We have an epic box, which is a yes/no box, which when you turn it on, the spirits can answer yes and no questions very plainly.
Yeah, great. So who's going where in the dark by himself?
Okay. We're going to introduce ourselves. I'm sure you already know some of us, but we're just going to introduce ourselves so you can feel more comfortable with us. My name is Erin.
My name is Dee. My name is Melissa.
My name is Emily. My name is Holly.
I'm Allison.
I'm Bailey.
I'm Audra.
And I'm Xavier, behind the cameras.
We would love for you to come out and join us tonight and spend a little time talking with us. We understand that you like to perform. Oh, yes?
And this is your place.
I hear a noise. That was your point at?
No, but I heard something up there just now.
To back here behind
Yeah,
you?
I'm
Yeah,
behind you.
I heard it.
No, I heard like a knock. Kids said no.
Okay, knock. Who was knocking?
Flashlight.
Oh, you were the one knocking. Can you turn that flashlight all the way off, please?
Please. We just want to establish that you understand us.
Thank you.
Both of them just Can you turn the flashlight on if there are more than one spirit that likes to reside here?
Oh.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. Can you turn the flashlight off now?
Use all the energy in the room. Good job. Good.
You might be a little shy. I need you to light something up.
Great job.
If
That's a great
we
job.
can send somebody back by the stairwell that goes to nowhere, do an EVP reading. Would you be okay with that? They'll go back there by themselves. Oh, here we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Listen.
That's on the steps too back there.
Yeah. There we go. Are you okay with how people are treating this place?
Fix it up.
Are you okay with how people are treating this place?
What was that?
Are you okay with how people are treating this place?
I can hear whispering up here.
Do you want to talk to us through the Ouija board? Xavier, you ask. He likes you more.
Are you okay if we communicate with you through the Ouija board? Yes, again.
They don't like my questions.
See it there?
Is the story about the lion and the little boy true? Can you make something light up for me to show that that was true?
Nope.
Nope, we got no that time. I got one yes, one no. I think you're messing with me. Is that what's going on?
Oh, yes.
So they're playing with us?
They're playing with
They're
us.
just playing with us.
You're messing with me at this point.
Fantastic.
I'm not. I thought you were.
I thought you were.
H.
Let's do it.
I.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
It just spelled hi.
So, do you know that we're about a week away from Nina Craigmiles'
Hold the fuck on. That I turned that light off.
Turn it on.
I turned that light off. I turned it off.
No, they said no.
What just
Okay.
happened? Where did the lights
The lights went off again.
Oh my god.
Xavier.
Do you know anything about what happened to Nina?
Of course. So was she the one driving? Did her grandfather let her drive?
No, she was not the one driving.
So her grandfather made the mistake, huh?
Yep.
I heard Hey Xavier.
Did you? Go ahead.
I'm trying to think of something to say.
I think that's, yeah.
Are you guys artists as well?
We are.
Do you like to sit up in the rafters and watch the activity here?
It's not what I heard. I heard it's getting in the way.
No, he said no to you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
Do you like to dance with them and they don't even know you're dancing with them?
No.
Do you like to watch them dance?
Are you happy with what's going on in this room now?
Yes.
You have to admit it is much better than.
Are you the person that we saw in the window? No.
Did you know that you could be seen through the window?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes.
Someone said, let me finish. Sorry, they're yelling at me now. Someone said, let me finish my sentence. The back entrance it's just gonna open. The back entrance is just gonna open. Holly, check the back closet. It should be locked. I checked it earlier. So I think that tonight has been very successful. That it's interesting because of the photos and all the stories were about a very negative spirit in this front room, and we had absolutely no activity down there. But we had a lot of jokes in the lobby. We had dancing in this room. So I feel like whatever the spirits are still in the building reflect what Holly and I have felt the last 2 or 3 years. That whatever is still here is happy.
I think they are very happy.
Yeah.
Especially with what you're doing.
That's pretty exciting to know that maybe there's not a negative energy in the space.
There's not. I think it's positive. I think it's.
Yeah.
I think they like what you guys bring to this building. It's like you bring life back to the building.
Keep it positive and
That's what we feel like, but we just want to make sure.
Yeah, that's what.
I think we got validation.
That's why we brought in the experts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Let me try it on.
So now we go counterclockwise 3 times.
Okay.
And then we say goodbye. Ready?
So counterclockwise.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I was going the wrong way.
2, 3. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hey guys, Xavier here. I hope you enjoyed the Dark Mysteries of the Craigmiles Hall Opera House mini documentary. This was a passion project that actually started in no way related to any kind of paranormal investigation, any kind of documentary. My wife Holly and I moved into Craigmiles Hall a couple of years ago, and we started using the space as a photography studio and micro event venue The Opera House at Craigmiles Hall is the name of the venue. And when we moved in, I really became just kind of enamored with the history of the building, with all the legends, all the lore, and the actual documented history, how the building was built, all the history about the Craigmiles family, which, has been popularized a lot by Nina Craigmiles' story in the mausoleum. All that information, shared in the documentary was true. And when we moved into the space, we did start to hear some kind of crazy rumors about it being haunted, about there being ghosts, or, we would hear some noises, but that was kind of about it. But then we started hearing some more of the more unique stories that were out there. Originally, I had started compiling all this information because I thought maybe I could publish a more robust history of the building, because I realized that there was a lot of history out there, but so much of it was unconnected. And so this kind of started more as like a history project for myself to kind of share it with our community. And so I was going to do like an actual publication. I wanted to give it to the history archives. I'm probably still going to do that. But when we started hearing more about these like haunted stories, that's what kind of really snowballed into this little documentary that you just watched. Because my wife and I also absolutely love Halloween, and we thought, what a perfect opportunity to get some of this history, the myths out there. I do want to thank everyone that participated, in the video. Obviously, the Tennessee Shadow Chasers for bringing all their awesome equipment out and helping us kind of detect and see what we saw, because everything that you saw in the documentary really happened. That's all I can say about that. And when I mean all the things that you saw in the documentary are true, that picture of the face in the window, not Photoshop, that blew my mind when I saw it the first time. It was kind of scary, because this was stuff that I was just uncovering naturally. That was really there. And obviously our guests for joining us, and all those who contributed their stories and their interviews. This was a super fun project, but again, didn't in any way start as like a haunted paranormal investigation. I actually hate haunted stuff. I hate scary stuff. I don't even do haunted houses. Like, I don't do anything scary. I really do hope that you enjoyed the documentary. Most importantly, just learning a little bit more about Craigmiles Hall and some of the legends and lore around it. Also, if you notice any discrepancies in the video, please be gentle. It was shot with cameras, but it was produced entirely on a cell phone, which in retrospect was probably a bad idea. But either way, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time.